All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. It is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021, 4:24 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1:24 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods in Northern California, the San Francisco Bay Area. West Coast is the best coast for streaming. That's obvious because we're 3 hours behind. Yes. How's everybody doing? I don't expect a whole lot of people to be on right now live, but if you're here live, feel free to engage the chat. If not, I'm just going to share some interesting stuff here today, this late night or early morning, depending on where you're at. And before we get to that, let me make sure the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that we're rolling smoothly. And we absolutely are. I love the background tonight. Love the background. Found this on pixabay.com, where I get all of my royalty-free, pictures. Pixabay.com, unpaid endorsement. Check it out if you need images for your backgrounds or images for your thumbnails or anything like that. It's a great site. So check it out. If you're a real YouTuber, that is. Real YouTubers change things up all the time. And, no disrespect to anyone that uses StreamYard panels, but there's not a whole lot you could do on StreamYard. I mean, StreamYard is pretty cool for basic streaming. But if you really want to take up or take your streaming to the next level, which is what I'm trying to say, you got to use third-party software like OBS, XSplit, Wirecast, or Streamlabs OBS, and have more manual functionality and flexibility. And I may end up doing another stream or pre-recorded video on third-party software for streaming down the road. I'm sure a lot of people would love to learn how to use that and produce, better quality and higher quality, live streams. Let me also make sure that Facebook is running smoothly. Let's check that out. Boo-doo-boo-boo. I have more manual function quality live streams. Yes. Let me also make sure we are rolling smoothly. Okay. Looks like we have nobody on Facebook. I don't expect my professional Facebook network to be on Facebook viewing videos this late at night or early morning. But if anyone pops on in, I'll be periodically checking out the Facebook end of things every so often. We've got 10 people here on YouTube, the night owls, the people that can't sleep, the people that just want to hear the latest. Good morning to each and every one of you. I hope your weekend has started off on a great note. My weekend didn't start off as I would have hoped it would have started off, but it is what it is, and it gives me another story to share with you folks regarding the topic on this stream, which is modern-day women are confusing alpha and beta men, plus more community news. One more time, modern-day women are confusing alpha and beta men, plus more community news. During the second part of the show, I'm going to be sharing a story of a woman that I met tonight, a new woman I've been talking with on Match.com for a couple days or so between the Match.com app, texting, and then we had a phone conversation last night, and then we actually met tonight. And it was quite interesting. I will just give you a little clue and say she is a nice woman, but that doesn't mean things went well. It doesn't mean things went bad either. Lots of confusion is the best way to describe what what happened on this date. And I'm going to break it down for you folks because, guys and gals, this is what the problem is nowadays. Modern-day women are confusing alpha males and beta males. A lot of women are thinking that the betas are the alphas and the alphas are the betas. which is really, really strange. It's really, really strange. And a lot of that has to do with, modern day feminism and women having equal rights, which is great. The women's movement, etc. Women now working and being able to provide for themselves and not being dependent on men for everything like they were in the past before they were liberated. And that has certainly changed things. But what I saw tonight, what I experienced tonight on this date has clearly showed me what's really going on in the heads of women nowadays. I've experienced many similar dates like this with nice women, decent women. And it is leading me to believe that there is a confusion that these women are feeling deep within or regarding what they're seeking. They want an alpha male, but they think the alpha males are the betas, and they think the betas are the alphas. So who do they give a chance to? They give a chance to the betas, right? Because the betas are conformists. They're overly nice guys. They're very compliant with everything. They're not playful. They're not sarcastic and witty and funny, like playfully, busting the woman's chops, right? Just for fun, right? And so I'm just going to leave it at that for right now before I share that story. And before I get into the first part of the show, which is going to be updating you folks that have been following me for a while on some community news, let me pay special props once again to this channel sponsor. That's none other than the great Troy Brewer. He's the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. If you'd like to find out more information about the Discover Community Network and you're on the YouTube side of things, please go out there to the way down in the description, and you'll find a couple links there. Check it out. And also feel free to reach out to Troy for more information. You can find out how to reach out to Troy through either of those two links shared below in the description. Like I said, a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. If you're on Facebook, please do a Facebook business page search for Discover Community Network, and you'll find a bunch of different pages there, including their main page and many others. Go to any page. You can message Troy there. You can find out his email and reach out to him if you want more information. So that is that. All right. So this first part of the show is going to be for, oh boy. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Give me just a second here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, you got to be kidding me. All right, Paul. It's early in the morning and you're obsessed with me. I'm filing a DMCA copyright takedown notice on your stream right now. Folks, I'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Looks like the PM's Real Talk channel is simulcasting me. So we'll be right back in just a few. folks. It looks like Paul killed the stream. Look, Paul, move on with your life. Create your own content. I don't feed into you guys anymore, dude. I don't understand what it is with you folks being extremely obsessed with simulcasting me and continuing to want to talk about me. What do you want from me, Paul? Let me ask you something, Paul. What do you want from me? You want to email me, Paul? Email me. I don't think your email is blocked. Why don't you email me, Paul, and let me know exactly what it is that you want from me? Because you continue to simulcast me and feed into me, Paul, and I want nothing to do with you or any of you folks. I mean, that's my choice. So why are you so vested into my content? Why are you so interested in simulcasting me? Is it because you have no other content, Paul? Is it because you can't get traction any other way? Is it because I'm the next up-and-coming real YouTuber in this whole community and you guys just can't stand that? Because I am growing without you folks. I've got new people here and they've been very wonderful and very supportive, and we're all growing together because we create our own original, unique content and we don't sit around all day simulcasting people. It's absolutely ridiculous, Paul. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And it's making you look really pathetic, right? It's making you look really, really pathetic. This guy's on the East Coast. He's up at 4:36 in the morning, simulcasting me. And there were 6 or 7 or 8 people on his stream at 4 plus, because most of these people are on the East Coast. 4 in the morning, right? 4:36 in the morning, a bunch of grown-ass adults simulcasting me and talking smack about me in the chat. How pathetic are you folks? Seriously, how pathetic are you? I'm going to call you out every time. I said I would do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. You guys are fools. You're fools. Let's see. Give me a second here. Paul, I've got a channel manager that's actually awake right now that just messaged me, and my channel manager is actually looking for other restreams, and I'm keeping an eye on your channel, Paul. I've got it right here, Paul. I'm not going to show it on the screen because you guys will just put false copyrights just for showing your channel on screen, right? But I've got your channel right here, Paul, on my phone, and I will know exactly if you go live again or if you guys go live on a different channel. It's all good. It's not a big deal. It's pathetic, man. It's absolutely pathetic. Unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about the community news. This part here, folks, is only going to make sense to my current community and past community, people that have known me for a while, people that know my backstory. If you're brand new here and you're watching this live, you can come back in about 20 minutes or so when I start talking about the other part of the topic. If you're watching this on the replay and this doesn't make sense to you, just skim through it and get to the other part where I'm going to be discussing, modern day women being confused about, alpha and beta males. They're confused between that. But anyway, tonight I didn't really invest a lot of time viewing some other streams that were going on after I went live earlier. I ran a great show earlier. If you missed that, go back and check out that replay. I've been putting out a lot of content, folks. So if you need content to catch up on over the weekend, over this Easter holiday weekend, please go back and check out my past few streams. There's a lot of great stuff you can catch up on. But I was able to skim through a few streams regarding a couple of YouTubers that I've been I guess a part of their communities in the past 3 years. I wouldn't say I'm a part of their communities anymore. But we'll just say it doesn't matter. I don't care. I said every so often, if I want to talk about some things and just show to you folks how to handle it properly, and because I've been handling things properly lately, what I'm seeing is exactly what I knew was going to happen, right? So apparently, the Like and Theory channel run by Jamie and JD Gunner were both broadcasting live shortly after, or they started like shortly before my stream ended earlier today. I think it was around 8 Eastern or 5 Pacific, or 8:30 Eastern or 5:30 Pacific. And it was really interesting. I skimmed through Jamie's show, and I skimmed through parts of JD Gunner's show. And the numbers were interesting, and the numbers during certain times were even more interesting. So here's what happened, right? And this is the truth. Early on in the show, Jamie had about 50 to 60 people on the stream. But who was he talking about? He was talking about JB Gunner. He was doing a review of JB Gunner's video, talking about who benefits, from beefing on YouTube, right? And then after that, Jamie started talking about me, and I believe he played one of my videos. I didn't want to listen to that part. It just, I already knew how it was going to go, so I didn't need to listen to it to know what he was doing. But I was paying close attention to the numbers during certain times and how they were fluctuating depending on what he was talking about. And interestingly enough, if I go to that stream right now and I look at the amount of, give me a second here. If I look at the amount of dislikes, 42 dislikes, 57 likes, but 42 dislikes. If I go JB Gunners, this video is not available. He probably got a content ID claim or blocked worldwide. But it shows the amount of dislikes. 37 likes, 20 dislikes. I believe his stream was 2 hours and 36 minutes, and he got 453 views, right? Now, if I go back to Jamie's stream, 3 hours and 44 minutes, almost a 4-hour show, 625 views. So almost a 4-hour show, 625 views. And I can tell you at least half of those views, if not more, were from people thumbing him down and people going back and forth between streams just to see, what was going on in the drama sphere, right? They weren't his real supporters. So, those numbers right there, when Jamie comes out and says, oh, I get 500, 800, 1,000 plus views per stream. Well, dude, you get that when you're talking about myself and JD Gunner and you're talking about drama, okay? Because when you talk about drama and you upset people with what you talk about, you're going to get people that don't like you to tune in. And that's going to be the majority of your views. That's not real content, dude. So, you can pat yourself on the back all you want with your views, but your views are very inaccurate because the majority of your views aren't even coming from your actual audience that pays you, dude. Come on, dude. And you actually know that, man. You actually know that. Give me just a second here. So besides all those thumbs down, when Jamie was talking about JB Gunner and myself, he had about 40 to 50 people, maybe almost 60 people in the box. Why is that? I've said it before, I'll say it again. The majority of Jamie's supporters are Coach Eli and JB Gunner rejects, right? So what did he do tonight? He did exactly what he needed to do to cater this stream to his audience, to incite donations and to get as many people in the box, right? You have to watch when you're watching Jamie streams in the future. You have to watch what he's talking about and where the numbers are at regarding what he's talking about. What happened when he stopped talking about JB Gunner and myself, those numbers went from 50 to 40 to 30, a little under 30, and they hovered around 25 to 35 people for the rest of the show, which, as both JB Gunner and I have said in the past, despite, my relationship with him right now, which there isn't one, but despite that, JB Gunner and I have both said in the past that Jamie's active audience is about 30 people or so, right? And they're very inconsistent people, right? So if you were watching that stream, after the first, I'd say 30 to 45 minutes, those numbers never hit above 40. They never did. They never did. Why? Because he stopped talking about JB Gunner and myself. That's just the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. Now, JB Gunner had about 40 people on average throughout his entire show. As far as I saw on that stream, I couldn't go back and watch the ending, but I was skimming through it earlier before that stream. I think what happened on that stream was that he probably got a content ID claim that was blocked worldwide. He played some copyrighted music that was blocked worldwide. So that's why you can't see that stream right now. Maybe JB will fix that and re-upload it tomorrow. But I kept on going back and forth throughout the night. And as far as I could tell, JB did not feed into the Jamie thing or myself one time. He was just talking with his people. He was creating his own thing. And his numbers were completely legitimate, right? So what do you want on your channel? Do you want, 400, almost 500 views legitimately, or do you want 650 views illegitimately? Let's think about that, right? If Jamie didn't talk about JB Gunner and myself, I can tell you that his 4-hour stream would have had about 300 views or less, right? 4-hour stream, if he didn't talk about myself or JB, would have had less than 300 views. JB Gunner streamed for, I think, 2.5 hours and got 450, almost 500 views, right? Okay. I stream on average for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I get anywhere from 250 to 350, sometimes more views than that. So who's getting more legitimate views per hour? Folks, you have to look, I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm just basically stating what's happening. And I'm going to come out again and try to tell you, Jamie, I heard you talk about me, and you were saying that, I was trying to get you to stop, and you were calling me pathetic and whatever. Call me whatever you want, dude. But here's the thing, dude. Whether you, stop, feeding into my stuff or not, or stop using me for content or not, or JB for content or not, people are getting more and more sick of it. Your numbers are showing that, dude. Your numbers are showing that. And how many times are you going to continue to regurgitate the same thing before people get totally bored? Like I've been saying all along, folks, if you haven't noticed, his numbers are going down. He only gets the bigger numbers when he talks about JB Gunner and myself, because, again, his entire audience consists of former members of the Gun Squad and the Coach Eli clan. That's it. They're the rejects that we removed because they were being inconsiderate and disrespectful, to our community. Myself, they were disrespectful to JB, and they were disrupting the chat with their trolling, their stupid trolling. So that's that. Now, a few other noteworthy things. Hello, EMK. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Were you able to catch any of those streams earlier tonight, EMK? Yeah, it was. I didn't see them all. I actually went out, and I have a pretty interesting story to share with you folks later after my first break regarding a date I went on tonight, and that's also going to say a lot about the other part of the topic. Modern day women are confusing alpha and beta men, because they are. They are. They have it flipped nowadays. And they wonder why they can't make their relationships work out, right? Because when the real alpha comes around, they think he's a beta. Or they're confused because they think he's different and not like other men she's dated. because these women are used to, going on dates with beta males, right? And they're thinking that that's how men are supposed to be, which is not the truth, right? So they're confused by it. But EMK, I call you EMK for obvious reasons. Welcome to the show. Let me know your thoughts if you have any regarding what transpired today. Another thing, Janet, aka Fellowship's online funhouse, was was on Like in Theory Jamie's panel again. And I got to tell you something, folks. Here's the thing. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Let me repeat that again. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Despite my other differences with J.B. Gunner regarding his unethical business practices I mentioned in the past, there are some things I do agree with him on, right? And a lot of times when J.B. Gunner exiles people from the gun squad, it's for a valid reason, right? Now, I would not have been able to speak on this because in the past, I never had any experiences with somebody from the gun squad that was exiled from his channel, and they became a part of my channel, and then I had to exile them as well for the same reason. What's up, right side of things, sock account? All the socks are in here tonight because they want to talk, right? Were you over on PM Blogs, whatever channel, when they were simulcasting me? That's all right. I got eyes and ears everywhere. Let me tell you something. I've got everything popping up on my phone. I've got channel managers. I've got eyes and ears everywhere. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to do to have my fair shot of doing things out here. This is me, Paul. No need to email. I just want you to jump. Well, Paul, have yourself a great night. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Paul, if you're going to, listen, Paul, if you're going to troll, no, you're not banned, EMK. I've been talking about you. EMK, do you hear me talking? I addressed you. I've been addressing you for the last 3 minutes. Are you not hearing me? No, you're not banned again. Can you make me aware in the chat if you can hear me? You said, hello, everyone. You did the pray emoji, and then you wrote, am I banned again? We see you, bro. I see you on the chat and on the screen, Right here, bro. See that? There you are, right there. Can you see that? Dude, look at the screen, bro, before you question being banned. I was sharing my opinion, but it didn't come through. Well, I have a lot of blocked words here, bro. That's why some of the things you type will not go through. Because if you're talking about certain people, you have to use different abbreviations or something and find a way to share that information. I've got a blocked words list about 200 deep. I had to do that, bro. I can't run my channel with the amount of trolling that used to come here unless I do that. So it's not anything personal towards you. I have Nightbot and the YouTube block words list. They both block words from appearing in the chat. So it has nothing to do with you, bro. So please keep trying, if you're sharing something that you feel is blocked, just say it a different way, abbreviate it, use one letter. We can figure it out, bro. Not a big deal. So anyway. So yeah, so on that stream tonight on Like in Theory, Janet was on there again and further destroying her reputation and her online brand. Like I was saying a second ago, right is right and wrong is wrong. As far as, now understanding why J.D. Gunner removed her, I can understand that. Now, I still don't think it was right what happened to her or what they tried to do to her to swindle money from her. But removing her, if she behaved even 1/3 um, of the way she's been behaving lately on the liking theory side of things, I can understand why JB Gunner would remove her, right? And I ended up removing her because she basically slapped me in the face after investing 4 hours of my time on a personal phone call with her, helping her out with this situation. And we had planned to do a live interview to discuss things the next day. And instead of waiting until the next day, she went over to the Liking Theory channel, which is an enemy of mine. I don't want him to be an enemy, but he is. And she went over there and shared her story there and had no regard for my feelings or no respect here for what was going on here. Life is great. Hello, Coach, and everyone. Well, who are you? When you come in on socks, tell me who you are, please. Tell me who you are, because a lot of you are blocked here, and I don't have a problem with you chatting if you're going to speak constructively. And I'm only going to be discussing the community news for another maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back and share with you folks what's going on. Look at this. This is funny. So Janet, she just sent me a Cash App. Yesterday, she sent me a Cash App for $1.01. And she wrote LOL. Now, she just sent me a Cash App right now for $10 for "you're a liar, you're in trouble." How am I in trouble, Janet? Janet, you're a public figure. Everything that you've done on this platform is public, and I'm sharing my opinions about it. So how am I in trouble, Janet? I thank you for your $10 Cash App and your $1.01 Cash App yesterday. I mean, look, this woman has donated $11.01 to me after she got exiled here and went over to the other side and made a fool out of herself and continues to make a fool out of herself. I have watched you for a while and I enjoy your show. Seriously, no problem. Janet's stream was horrifying. So life is great. Were you here on a different channel and you got banned? Or do you just kind of troll around? I know you said you like the content. That's great. I appreciate that. But have you been on here on any other main accounts that are banned? Because if they are, man, once I get my issue solved with Google and YouTube, where I can start unbanning people, because right now I can't, due to a glitch on my channel, I can unban that account if I just, know what it is. But again, Janet tonight basically was on Liking Theory's panel, and she was kind of, I don't know if I'd call it attacking. Maybe it was borderline attacking, but she was really coming at this woman that is known as Pink Parasite. And Pink Parasite is a woman. She's a good woman. She's actually a hermaphrodite. Now, she doesn't like being called that. Basically, she has the body parts of a male and a female. That's been known in the past as a hermaphrodite. But I guess nowadays, with all this political stuff going on, and this is one part of my political party I don't really like. I'm only slightly left. This is an extremist left thing. This is an extremist leftist thing where it's like, we can't say things for what they are nowadays. We have some very professional, profound words, right? And it's with no disrespect. I actually respect this woman. I'm going to refer to her as a woman because I believe she looks more female, and she has a feminine voice. But ma'am, I'm willing to refer to you in any way that you like. And I have a lot of respect for you. And, Janet came at you tonight on that stream and basically made you feel horrible. But here's the thing, the pink parasite. You keep going on that Like and Theory channel, knowing what you're going to get when you go there. Now, you can go wherever you want to go, right? If you want to go there all day, every day when he streams, you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get people that are going to question you on something you don't want to be questioned on. And you shouldn't be questioned on it, ma'am. You've already come out and explained everything a million times. You shouldn't have to explain yourself every single time you go on that panel, right? And you shouldn't be susceptible to attacks. Yes, a long time ago, I don't troll. I was here a long time ago. My main is Forever America. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that once I'm able to unban people. Life is great. Queen thought my serious question was trolling and erased it before it was up for 5 seconds. Sorry about that, man. I'd unban you right now if I could, but like I said, my channel has a glitch and I'm not able to unban anybody until Google and YouTube fix it. I'm gonna contact creator support again tomorrow. The man who loves beer is about politics. What are you talking about? You're about life advice. So EMK, I don't know what you're talking about. You may not even be the real EMK. So let me know. No problem. Just here to hear you, man. Okay. So, yeah, Jamie brought on people like Jacob Billet, who I've known from the past. And he was trying to share some profound thoughts. I think the most reasonable person on that panel was Jacob Billet. But, I've had my, issues with him as well. It's just that entire group of people. They're not real YouTubers. They do YouTube as a hobby, part-time. And they primarily just, go on panels, drama shit show panels, and just talk smack about people. And that's just ridiculous. My question is, says IMK, the man with the cat, what's his channel actually about? He's a drama channel, dude. That's a good question. Why don't you ask? You should ask him that, man. I mean, that's a very good question, EMK. He says it's about philosophy and commentary, but what part of that channel has any philosophy? What's the philosophy? That's a good question, Jamie. What is your Like and Theory channel about? If it's about philosophy and commentary, okay. What was philosophical about anything that you did on that channel tonight besides you did a reaction video to JB about feeding into YouTube drama, right? And then you did a reaction to me based on what I mentioned on my stream yesterday. Well, not the last stream, the one before that, 2 streams ago. It's a good question, EMK. And like I keep saying, the truthful answer is that I keep saying it, and I really actually want to help the guy. I do. I want to help the guy. But he doesn't get it, right? Maybe he gets it and he thinks he can keep this drama going, right? Because his audience is 100% or close to 100% JB Gunner and Coach Eli rejects. And his audience wants Coach Eli and JB Gunner attacking content. That's what they want, right? That's why when he talks about JB and myself, he gets 40, 50, 60 in the box, and then he brings on a panel and talks about other things, and he has 30, 25, 30, 35 at the most, right? Just watch the numbers while he's talking about certain subjects, and you'll see when the numbers are up, right? So, Janet, I thank you again for your $10 Cash App and your $1.01 Cash App yesterday. I don't know why you keep donating to me. Maybe you get off on this. I don't know. Maybe this whole thing's entertainment for you, Janet. You led me to believe that you are a business professional, that likes to help people and uplift people and bring them on your channel and give them a platform to share about themselves in a professional manner. You said that you only work with VIPs, so I guess Janet considers Jamie a VIP, right? I guess Janet considers all these people from the Like and Theory Echo Chamber VIPs. I mean, honestly, Janet, this is what you told me, right? If I have to go back and do a response video playing clips from my shows that you were on where you said that and how it's not congruent according to the way you're behaving on the Like and Theory side, if I have to do that, Janet, I'll do it, but I shouldn't have to do that. IMK says, well, drama can be anything, but with a drama channel, you'll only attract drama people. Well, right, and here's the thing, EMK, is that he has a base audience of 30 people that like his type of drama. He's not even a good drama marketer. If he wanted to grow a drama channel, he would start going after other people besides myself and JB Gunner, right? If Jamie wants to be a full-time drama king and make lots of money with drama content, he needs to start going after other people and leveraging other networks. But he's not doing that. That's part of his problem, right? Now, I'm not saying he should do that. In the first place, he should create real content and grow a real YouTube channel. But if he wants to make his drama shit channel, work and make more money, he has to start focusing on other people besides myself and JB Gunner, right? But again, Janet, here's the thing. I'm going to try to help you out one more time. Now, you're never welcome back here ever again, no matter what. You're not. Because I just don't trust you, right? If you want to keep donating money, no problem. I'll put it to a good cause. I'll reinvest it back into the business, or I'll donate it to other people, okay? I honestly appreciate that respectfully, right? But again, Janet, the more and more that you enthrall yourself in this type of drama, the more and more it's going to affect you from getting your channel and your message to the right place or to the right people. Unless you don't care, Janet, unless you're just on this platform for entertainment and to keep your mind up at things that you're not too happy with regarding your personal life, okay, I can understand that. But if you seriously want to run a business out here on YouTube and make it work, you're doing everything in the complete opposite ways that would get you to where you want to get to. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not attacking you. I'm trying to help you. I even tried to help you, Janet. I did. I honestly did. But it just goes to show that, you'll just go wherever anyone gives you a platform and gives you attention, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. I like to pick and choose good people to support, right? And I get to know people before I go on their platforms because I don't want to get in bed figuratively with the wrong people like I have in the past. It would set me back, and I'm not going to go down that route ever again. That's nice of you to offer her advice, though. Dude, I love people, bro. It doesn't affect me one bit to try to help still, man. She'll never be welcome back here, but I'm still trying to help. I share these stories, folks, because I've been through it, and it really set me way back. It took me a long time to get things back on track here on this channel. So that's that. You're up to date with, with this drama battle involving Jamie Like and Theory, JB Gunner, and I mean, I don't want to consider myself a part of it, but, I guess you could throw me in there as well for the time being until it all boils over. But one more thing before I take the break. It's funny to me. I know exactly what Jamie was trying to do tonight, and it didn't work. You failed, James, and guess what? If JB Gunner is smart, he'll call you out on it on one of his other channels. You are trying to incite JV Gunner to respond to you live tonight. You see, Jamie, you're trying to incite the beef back and forth between you and JV Gunner because you have an audience there like J-Rom and his former girlfriend, other people that would tune in to watch that, right? But guess what? Guess what Gunner did? Gunner starved you out. It was a smart thing. Gunner starved you out. Now, had he talked about you, he might have had more in the box, right? But he played it smart. He didn't talk about you. He had 40 legitimate in the box, 40 to 45, and he starved you out, and you couldn't talk about it anymore. So what happened? You went to talk about me. That ran its course. And then for the next 2+ hours, almost 3 hours after that, you ran a shit panel with the same people, talking about the same things, right? With the exception of now adding Janet to the panel and allowing her to make more of a fool out of herself than she already has. And then your ratings went down. Come on, dude. I see the numbers with my own 2 eyes, bro. But yeah, you did. If you guys watched that stream earlier and you think that Jamie was trying to incite JV Gunner back into the back and forth because he's not getting much from me lately, let me know in the chat if you feel that's what's going on. So anyway, folks, I'm going to cue up some royalty-free YouTube music, take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to share a story regarding a woman I went on a date with, I guess you could say yesterday because it's after midnight everywhere now. Yeah, I went on a date with her, oh gosh, about 6 hours ago, 5-6 hours ago. Yeah, we're going to talk about modern day women are confusing alpha and beta men. And my story is going to pretty much say it all. Between what happened last night on my date and what's happened on some dates recently, I'm beginning to see the same pattern with all these women. And I'm not saying these women are not nice. This woman was really nice, and she was cute. I mean, you know, she had a little extra on her. She was 5'9", I'd probably say her nominal weight would be about 135. She was probably about 30 pounds heavier than her nominal weight, but she carried it well. She was about 5'9", 165. She only weighed like maybe 10 pounds less than me. I'm only sharing that because even women that are not in the perfect shape are being really, really picky nowadays, or are confusing what an alpha male is and a beta male is, right? It's just really insane what's been happening lately with women. And it all stems back to the modern world of modern day feminism, with no disrespect. So let me cue up that music. Let me cue up that music. Boop-boop-boom. Do-do-do-do. Let me see here. All right. All right, folks, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a break, and we'll be right back. a real wolf right there, right? There are fake wolves in this world, and there are real wolves. That's a werewolf, right? You know who the fake wolf is, right? We don't have to go there, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Tuck in the shirt, coach. Make sure you're nice and professional looking, right? All right. All right. Yes. 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 Ha 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 ha. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. This is the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here this late night or early morning, depending on where you're at. It is 5:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2:21 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods. So it's still, I guess, early on in the late night here, right? And tonight, we discussed during the first half, we discussed some community news. If you missed that, and you've been a part of my community for a while, stemming back to, 4 years, going back to my former channel, or if you've been around long enough to where you know a little bit of my backstory at least, the first part of the show will make sense to you. If not, don't worry about it. This second half is going to make sense to everyone because we're going to be discussing modern day women are confusing alpha and beta men. One more time. Modern day women are confusing alpha and beta men. They are confused with what men are the real alphas and what men are the real betas. They have it flipped. They think the betas are the alphas and they think the alphas are the betas. And it sucks for us real true alpha men out there because we go on dates with these women, right? And it's like we're different than any other guy that's come across their way because we're the real men. The betas are the conformists. The betas have been feminized, or they've been raised differently, or they've been indoctrinated into this culture of how do I say this the right way? Shaming men. A lot of people shame men nowadays. It happens everywhere. And so instead of these guys that are beta standing up for themselves and saying, no, I'm a real man, and acting like a real alpha male, most guys out there nowadays behave beta. So that's the type of man that women primarily encounter. So they're assuming that's the way men are supposed to be. And that sucks for guys like myself because I meet some really good women that say, I've never met anyone like you. I'm just used to being with other types of men. So I'm like thrown off. Yeah, you're thrown off because I'm a real man and I'm a funny, charming guy. I'm decent looking. And I'm like I said, I'm witty. I'm charming. And I'll playfully call you out on stuff as a joke, but you can't even realize that because the betas don't know how to do that. Part of having fun with a lady is busting your chops playfully about things, right? And when you come across women that just don't get that, it confuses them. It makes them think you're a beta. It makes them think that you are a bad guy or just a jerk, right? When in reality, you're the real man. And the men that she's attracted to initially, at least, or gives a chance to date, are these beta guys. What happens with the beta guys, though, right? They go with the beta guy for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then after a while, they're confused with the beta guy. They're turned up by the beta guy, and they can't figure it out. But the real reason is because the beta guy is acting more feminine than they are, and they're acting more masculine than the beta guy, right? It's created one big, huge shit show, right? And not only does this affect all men, especially the alpha males like me, but it affects women from getting what they want too, because they're confused about who the real men are. Life is Great says feminism has really hurt the modern woman. That's for sure. It has. But it's not even feminism, bro. I talked about this earlier on in the week on a stream. It's the beta males that are hurting everyone. because 97% of the men in this world are beta males. Only 3% of the men are alpha males, right? So what type of man are women encountering most of the time? The betas, right? So they assume that's normal. That's normal behavior for a man, right? But their relationships never last long with the betas. They go through so many betas and they keep giving them chances because these are overly nice, overly compliant guys. And while women may think they like that at first, they start losing respect for the guy shortly afterwards because he's not man enough for her, right? But then the real man like me comes along and I don't get the chance because I'm not what she's used to being around. She thinks something is off, right? It's because these women are dating beta males, and in order to balance out the polarity, these women have to act more masculine than feminine because these men are acting more feminine than masculine. It's just insane, right? So let's get right to it here. Let's talk about this woman that I met a few days ago on Match. We've been talking for about 4 days or so, right? Between texting through the Match.com app and then we texted on regular SMS texting, and then we went to the phone, and then we met. Life is Great says, beta males make me sick. How are we going to fix our society? Dude, let me tell you something. We just have to keep educating men online and trying to reach as many men as possible and helping these men become stronger, real, confident alpha males until we get at least half of the beta males to convert to alpha males. This is going to continue happening. And I'll tell you what, I don't see this changing during my lifetime, bro. And it makes it difficult for guys like me that want to find a good woman to have a life with, right? I've been going out there. I've been meeting women. It's not that they're not attracted to me. It's because they're used to being with beta males. But let me read what happened here, right? So I sent this woman a message on Match. My standard message, get a feeling you are different than any other woman on Match. Check out my profile, blah, 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 right? This woman gets back to me and writes me a pretty long note. And I'll read it from Match. I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'll just read it. Hi, Eli. I'd like to think I'm different than any other woman on Match. Okay, cool, man. And I'm not too scared off by your profile. Not too scared off, but a little bit scared off, right? She goes, ha ha. Okay, great humor, right? I think what you said is a lot of what people really interested in making a connection are thinking. True, ma'am. I'm being honest. I'm saying what I want and what I don't want. I don't want to deal with BS. I don't want to deal with time wasters. I don't want to deal with women that say they're ready for a relationship and then they're really not. They're just out here seeking validation, ma'am. I would say, though, a little more compassion might be in order, and maybe you do have that. Of course I do, ma'am. On one hand, ma'am, you're telling me, you're giving me props that I have a great profile, and I say it as it is, and you like that. On the other hand, you're trying to tell me it was a little bit too harsh. No, ma'am, it was a truth, ma'am. And you're trying to figure me out. You're like, wow, this guy's interesting, right? I just think a lot of people aren't intentionally playing games. Well, maybe so. Maybe they don't realize it. They're just unhealed individuals that don't know any better, and it's up to the healed or somewhat healed people to recognize them and move along. Right. There are a lot of people that have come off of a divorce, a breakup, they're on the rebound, and they're just seeking validation, ma'am. Exactly. That's why I wrote my profile the way I did, ma'am. I'm obviously in a very kind mood. That's good, man, because if you weren't, I wouldn't have responded to you. I would like talking to kind, sweet, loving, down-to-earth women. That's the bottom line. I will admit I was just venting to a friend about an hour ago about all the conversations that led nowhere. Right. And ma'am, on our date that we finally went on last night, you can add another number to that, me. Not because I didn't want to work things out or have a chance to see where it goes between you and I, but because of how you're misunderstanding how men are, right? Which I'll get to that again in a little bit here. I like to joke, it's like pulling teeth to keep up a convo with gentlemen on here. Haha. I agree with her. A lot of guys don't know how to keep a conversation going, but I do. So I knew I needed to get this woman to the phone. So I got back to her right away and I said, okay, please send me your number and I'll text you in a few hours to talk. Looking forward to it. She gets back to me and says, happy to send my number, but in a few hours I'll be asleep. I was doing a stream during that time, so I couldn't talk with her right then and there. How about you text me tomorrow and we'll figure out a time to talk? And then she gave me her number. Great. And I wrote back, will do. Good night. I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Okay. Let's go to the texting now. Let's go to the texting. So the next morning at 10:46 a.m., this was Thursday. Okay. It is now Saturday. Okay. Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. On Thursday, I wrote, hi, ma'am. I'm not going to put out her name. It is Eli from Match. I have to say, I really like your attitude from the messages you sent me on Match. How's your day going? She gets back to me like 10 minutes later. Thanks, Eli. I think you have to have a good attitude dealing with the online dating world. It can be brutal. Ma'am, it's only as brutal as you allow it to be, ma'am. My day is going great. How about yours? So she seemed like a decent woman, right? Maybe a little guarded, but what woman isn't, right? I wrote back to her. I put some well thought into this response. My day is going well, ma'am, and thanks for asking. I'm self-employed and work from home with a very flexible schedule. I'll share more about that when we talk by phone. I agree with having a good attitude regarding dating in general, but honestly, it only takes one person to be the right fit. It is worth it to me going through the crazy process to end up with someone amazing in the end. I'm not trying to jump the gun here, but I get a legitimate good feeling about it. Just trying to pat her on the back a little bit. Maybe it was too much because I know she's been through some stuff. So, she was giving me props. I'm going to give her props. That's fine. Not a big deal. Okay. I think two people that are truly interested in each other shouldn't hold anything back, even in the beginning. What time are you free for a call tonight? I should be free anytime after 6. She gets back to me. 10 minutes later, I'm looking forward to hearing more. How about 7 p.m.? 7 p.m. sounds great. I wrote back, I'll text you at 7 right before I call. For now, enjoy this amazing day. She gets back to me right away and says, perfect. You have an amazing day too. Great. Right. Seems good, right? Seems great, right? So we then got on the phone. And we had a great conversation, right? And I said, so it sounds like, hey, we have a lot of similar interests. You seem cool. Would you like to meet up sometime? She's like, absolutely. I said, well, I think we should meet sooner than later, because if you wait too long to meet someone when you have a good call like this, people fizzle out. So I said, so what are you doing the next few days? She goes, I'm free. She goes, well, how about Saturday? I said, well, let me ask you this, ma'am. Or let me say this. What would you be able to do on Saturday? Well, we could, do a hike or, go to lunch or do something. I said, well, here's the thing now. I said, look, I would prefer that we meet on Friday. Are you free on Friday? She goes, yeah, but, I'm going to be, doing my workout after work, and then I'm going to be sweaty. I'll be done by 6 o'clock, but I'm going to be sweaty and tired, and, I don't want to just, rush into dolling myself up. I said, you don't have to doll yourself up. You can just show up, all sweaty. I don't care. I'm not judging, I said, I think we should meet up on Friday night and meet like in a supermarket parking lot or somewhere in a parking lot with lots of people, well lit, and just, maybe sit in my car or your car for 10, 15, 20 minutes and see if that attraction is there. Because here's the thing, man. You have a great personality, so do I. And, we're getting along, right? She goes, yeah. And I said, well, you like my pictures, what you see, right? She's like, well, yeah, And I said, I like your pictures too. So we need to just find out if that attraction is there in person, right? Okay. And so, she again tried to, set the date up for Saturday. But I said, ma'am, listen, why should we go hiking? Why would you want to go hiking with myself or any other guy and be stuck in the woods with a guy for 2-3 hours on a hike that you're not physically attracted to. Because I said, man, we're going to meet and we're going to know within 3 seconds if there's physical attraction, right? And if there's no physical attraction, the mentally, emotional, and spiritual doesn't matter, right? She's like, you know what? You make a lot of sense. Well, let me think about it. I said, well, okay, you take all the time, you think about it, but if tomorrow's going to happen, let me know by early afternoon, because if not, I'm going to make other plans. LOL, take a shower, says EMK. So basically, I just was thinking to myself, oh, she's not going to meet me, and she's just going to say, oh, okay, it's just too much, whatever, right? But lo and behold, she gets back to me at 11:33 a.m. yesterday, Friday, and writes, "Good morning, Eli. Hope your day is going well. Thank you for letting me mull things over. I'm up for a quick meeting this evening if you still are." Okay. I didn't expect that, but I'm like, okay. So she's interested, right? She's listening to my great idea, right? I wrote, sounds good. I'll text you in a bit with the time and place. Janet, you can stop donating anytime. So again, I just got a $5 and a $2 Cash App from Janet. $5 for open your stream, punk. What are you talking about? The stream yard? No, man, you're never coming on my panel ever again. None of the drama people are. I'm not running a panel tonight, but thank you for the $5. And then another $2 she sent for you promised not to do the parking lot. No, ma'am, I never said that. It's a great idea. And it's safe. It's a well-lit place with lots of people around. The police were everywhere. No, ma'am. So I get back to her and I said, sorry, it's been a busy day for my business. Let's meet in the parking lot of blah, blah, blah at 9 p.m. briefly. Due to and she lived an hour and a half away. So it was a little bit of a drive, but I didn't care if it didn't work out because I wanted to get out and just take a nice drive anyway, right? Due to the 90-minute drive in traffic, that's the soonest I could get there, which was 9 o'clock. I also need time to get ready after my workday ends at 5. I will leave. I was on my stream till 5:30. I will leave at 7:30, and when I get to my car, I will send you an ETA from my GPS. How does this sound? And she gets back, this sounds good to me. I wrote back, when I got to my car, on my way, ETA 9:15. I'll text you when I get there. I can't wait to see you. I appreciate you giving this a chance. See you soon. Blah, 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 right? All right, so that's enough of the texting. Now, there were a few other messages that aren't really relevant to the conversation, right? So I got there, right? And we met in a well-lit parking lot. There was a Target there and some other stuff. Lots of people, lots of police patrolling the lot, security patrolling the lot. Safe place in her area. And I'd been in her area many times. It's part of the far East Bay area. But it is a 90-minute drive. She gets out of her car, and she looked pretty much the same as her pictures. I did too, obviously. I looked the same, right? I gave her a hug. She gave me a hug. She gave me an actual pretty lengthy hug. It wasn't one of those quick hugs. It was a nice hug. I was rubbing her shoulder. She was rubbing mine. A good sign, right? So I said, yeah, you want to just sit in my car for a little bit and talk? She's like, cool. I opened the door for her, being a gentleman. And then we got in my car and we talked, right? And it seemed to be going pretty well. We were talking about, just I shared some things about my family with her. And I said, look, yeah, I'd like to share some more things with you if you care to know about them. I asked that because a woman that's not interested is not going to want to know those things, right? So I'm sitting there testing her to see how interested she is. And she seemed interested, right? She was smiling. She was attentive. And it was all good, right? So So she asked me, and I was kind of teasing her a little bit, being a little flirty, teasing, right? That's what an alpha male does. We tease the woman, right? But she was having difficulty understanding my sarcasm, which was telling me that she's used to being around beta males that don't know how to be playful and fun with women. We tease you when we like you, man. We don't tease you to hurt your feelings, right? So she asked me one question. She goes, well, how do you know when you meet someone if you like them? I said, you really want me to tell you, ma'am? Listen, I think you're a good woman. And I think I'm a good guy. We talked for a couple hours on the phone last night. I'm not a one-night stand kind of guy or anything like that. But if you want me to give it to you straight, ma'am, I can, right? I can, right? She goes, yeah, no worries. I told her this. I said, in these exact words, I said, ma'am, when you meet someone in person, as a woman, you're gonna know if you ever want to fuck that guy 3 seconds after you meet him. I'm not saying have sex with them the same night. I'm saying if you can't picture having sex with a man you meet within 3 seconds of meeting them after you look at them, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if we have mental chemistry, emotional connection, an emotional connection, and a spiritual connection. We can have everything else, man, but if you can't picture being intimate with the guy at some point within the first 3 seconds, nothing else matters. And she gets back to me and says, oh, really? Really? I said, yeah, don't you think? I mean, don't you want to be attracted to your partner? Like, would you date a man, I said, if he had a great personality, he was, in tune with his emotions, great conversationalist and very spiritual and all that, right? But you are not physically attracted to him. She goes, oh, I understand what you're saying. And then afterwards, she said something. She goes, well, I got to tell you something. I got to tell you something if you're open to hearing it. I said, sure, anything, right? And she's like, well, you're saying within the first 3 seconds, a woman can tell if she wants to be intimate with a guy. Well, I don't mean, like I said, ma'am, the same night. I'm saying if you can't picture the man, or if you can't picture ever being intimate with a man within the first 3 seconds of glancing at him, it's never gonna go anywhere, right? She goes, well, I didn't get that feeling, when I first saw you. I said, okay, well, you just gave me the answer, ma'am. And, with all due respect here, obviously maybe you're not feeling it, maybe I'm not the right guy. I mean, we talked before that. This was like 20, 30 minutes into the conversation. I was hanging around with her for about 35 minutes, right? And, when she got into my car, she basically asked me, do I look the same as in my picture? I said, yeah. I said, same question to you. You asked me, I ask you, right? She said, yeah, no, you look exactly the same. You're the same person. I'm like, okay. So last night she told me she was attracted to pictures I have online. Basically, she, had the same pictures. So we had established a physical attraction, right? Okay. So many of you would sit here and think that she wasn't physically attracted to me, right? Okay. That wasn't the case. I figured out what happened because I tried to cut the date short. After that, I said, okay, well, I understand what you're saying. If that's the way you're feeling, I don't want to waste your time. I really enjoy spending time with you here and talking with you, but I should just let you go so you can get back home and you can start looking to find who you really want. I just looked her in the eye and I told her, I have balls. Like, I have balls. I'm not going to plot twist. Your date is actually Janet. No, it's not. No, dude. I'm sorry, bro. That's, if you are a bro, EMK. But anyway, I think you may be a woman. I think you told me you were a woman. I think you're a bro. I can't remember, dude. It doesn't matter. I think you're a dude. Who cares? Anyway. So I try to respectfully end the date. because I told her, I don't want to keep you around, if that's how you're feeling. I want to be respectful, right? But hey, it was nice meeting you, right? Well, she didn't leave. She said, well, can I share something with you? And when a woman, still wants to talk after she basically said she didn't get that feeling of wanting to jump your bones within the first 3 seconds. And then before that, 20 minutes before that, when she first got in the car, she was saying that she was attracted to me. It's contradicting itself, right? So where's the issue, right? Exactly, EMK. You hit the nail on the head. Some women are scared off by men that are too alpha and direct. That's dude, you hit the nail on the head. I'm glad you put that in there, right? Because the trolls and the haters will say, "Oh, you're just a jerk." No, you're right. But let me actually state what happened. Okay, so she was talking, but not as much as me, and I tried to get her to engage more, but she says, I'm more of the quieter type. Plus, she said she was slightly more to the right. I told her I'm slightly more to the left, but that didn't affect our connection, right? I said I have many conservative friends and I get along with them. And she said, yeah, no, it's not a big deal. So it wasn't the fact that she was slightly on the right and I'm slightly on the left. But what ended up happening, Life is Great says, at least you are straight up with the woman. She seems confused. EMK says, this was probably a test, by the way, to see if you'd walk away and mean it. Dude, is that you, A Sicily, or Blue Ball Brandon? That's one of you guys. That's like your backup, A Sicily, or something, right? That's a Coach Corey Wayne line. Walk away and mean it. That's right. That's called the takeaway, bro. That's what you got to do to these women, right? I have no doubt this woman was attracted to me, right? But I noticed that she wasn't talking a lot. And I said, I was kind of busting her chops and having fun with her, right? And she had never come across a guy like me, right? So what ended up happening next is that I said, look, ma'am, I said, I know I talk a lot. And she goes, yeah, you do kind of talk a lot, but I like to listen. And I said, listen, ma'am, you probably haven't come across a guy like me before. I actually do like to listen. She goes, yeah, you're a little bit intense. I said, ma'am, at times I can be, but I'm actually a really good guy. And you know what? I'm a strong man. I have lots of testosterone, but I'm a good guy. And let me tell you, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, she's able to balance that side out, and I can balance out other aspects of her. I was really trying to get her to understand that you've been dealing with beta males and I'm an alpha male. And the reason why you're single is because the beta males end up boring you, even though initially you think that's what you want, right? So after, if we go back to the end of the story where, she told me, she didn't feel that way towards me within the first 3 minutes, didn't feel that intimate feeling, right? And when I said, hey, well, okay, I understand that. I guess, obviously, you're just not feeling it. So I'm going to let you get going so you can find who you really want. I want to respect that. I said, ma'am, that's why I wanted to meet you tonight instead of going with your idea of meeting tomorrow and going on a hike and being stuck on a hiking trail. Ma'am, honestly, would you want to be stuck on a hiking trail with me for 4 hours if you're feeling this way? She goes, well, I would still enjoy the hike. Wouldn't you enjoy the hike? I said, no. I said, ma'am, I don't want to be anywhere with someone for an extended amount of time, especially in the woods, if they look at me as a friend. I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a lover. Isn't that what you're looking for too? And she goes, okay, can I ask you one more? May I ask you one more thing? Can I share one more thing with you? This was after I was trying to get rid of her. I was trying to let her go professionally, respectfully, and maturely, right? Right? She goes, the other men that I've dated, she goes, have you, you're a coach, have you heard of the attachment styles? I said, absolutely, ma'am. And I told her, I said, yeah, there's anxious attachment style, there's secure attachment style, there's anxious avoidant attachment style. There's many different types, right? And she goes, well, most guys that I date, most guys that I'm attracted to have an anxious avoidant attachment style. I said, come again? And she goes, most guys that I date and go on dates with and start dating have an anxious avoidant attachment style. And she goes, I know that's kind of weird. You're probably going to think that's weird. But like those are the types of guys that I've been attracted to, and I've been trying to, just do some personal development on me and figure this out. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I at that point I was like tuned out. Like I just wanted this to end, right? I was still nice to her because she's a nice woman, but she's very confused. She thinks that the betas are the alphas, and the alpha in front of her face is the beta, right? When this woman, wasn't realizing that, hey, if she gave me a chance, we might have gone hiking tomorrow, and basically could have had a good time and had a nice dinner, and who knows what happened afterwards, right? But instead, she's going to sit at home alone, twitching her thumbs and thinking about what happened. And I bet your bottom dollar she'll be thinking about it, right? And I knew exactly what was going on. And I didn't want to sit there and waste another 5 or 10 minutes. I wanted to get back home. And I promised you folks I was more than likely going to stream. And I'm like, I've got another story to share now. This is interesting, right? I wanted to tell her that, ma'am, you're attracted to beta males because they're conformists, because they're suck-ups, because they're overly nice guys, and you feel like very safe with them, or for some reason you feel like they're easier to get along with, or you can control them more. What's happening with this woman is the same thing that's happening to many women. They go to work. This woman is a paralegal. They go to work in a very demanding field that requires them to exude more masculine energy than feminine energy. So when they look to date a guy, and the masculine alpha male comes and confronts her and is cool with her and is just flirting with her and having fun, it's throwing her off because it's like a man talking to another man, right? And the reason why she's attracted to these betas, even though they're not the right guys, because she's exuding more masculine energy and the betas are exuding more feminine energy, and that seems to work for her, right? But what's killing these women is exactly what I've been saying all along. They're used to working jobs that put them in a masculine state, exuding more masculine energy than feminine energy, and then when they meet guys or come home to their man, they're still in that state. And when a masculine guy with masculine energy comes their way, it throws them off because they're already in that state, thinking that that's normal for women to behave. It's not. It's not normal for women to behave with more masculine energy than feminine energy when it comes to their relationships. At work is one thing, but you have to learn to balance that out between work and home. Or you're going to have this vicious cycle of dating beta males, thinking that's what you're attracted to. And then after a few months, you're going to lose respect for them, fall out of love with them because they're not man enough for you. And then when the real man comes around like me, like you're thrown off because you think I'm a bad guy or something, or not the right guy, or I'm overwhelming you, right? Life is Great says, these bastard betas have confused our women. They have. Dude, here's the thing, guys. Everybody out there is blaming this on feminism. It's not the fault of feminism, right? All feminism did was give women equal rights. Women can work. They can make money. They can buy their own shit, right? The real aspects that have affected our relationships are the betas. It is not the fault. It is not primarily the fault of feminism. It is the fault of the beta males that are the conformists that are not acting like men. And when the majority of men are like that, what do you think women see, right? EMK says low testosterone men, like the one with the cat. That's true. He is low T and high E, right, bro? And I'm high T and low E, right? Are probably what this woman wants. Yeah, she wants a low T man that's never going to finish, right? You have really tapped into a major problem, Coach. I started talking about this weeks ago. This time around, since my ex-girlfriend Dana has been extremely difficult finding a woman to date more than once or twice, right? And I'm a normal dude. I'm decent looking. I'm not a broke guy. I dress nice. I smell nice. I make effort. I come to them. Like I made it simple for this woman, right? I said, look, let's not go on a full blown date. Let's just meet for a few minutes. I'll come to you. And she even said, what she said last night? She goes, I'll meet you halfway. I'm like, no, I'll come to you. I'm a gentleman. What more could I do? Right? Life is great. We live in a backwards world, man. It's not, dude, this is the fault of one thing. This has nothing to do with women getting equal rights or being liberated. This woman keeps sending me money. Jesus Christ. Another $1 donation from Janet. She sent a total of $17, now $18. For lies you tell, $1. And then she goes, for you ugly. I'm ugly, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, you're so professional, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you for your money, ma'am. Ma'am, if you want to send me money to call me ugly, ma'am, then that's okay. I'll be ugly for people to send me money if I have to be. Nah, I don't want ugly money. Look at this woman. She's watching my stream in the middle of the night and sending me money still. My God, this is a game to her, man. This is pathetic. So she kind of asked me for my opinion about these types of guys, and I just said, well, I mean, I knew the answer. I didn't want to waste any more energy. I said, well, if that's what you prefer, I'm not going to tell you what type of guys you go out with or not. But you know what? I want to respect your wishes. Once again, I did the takeaway again. I did the takeaway one time, and then she wanted to still talk a little bit more, right? Now she wanted to rack my brain. Or maybe she was testing me, right? Or maybe the fact that I was trying to get rid of her was like maybe attracting her or something. I don't know, right? But immediately after that question was asked and we started talking about it for a few minutes, I did the takeaway again. I said, well, on that note, I'm going to let you get going so you can go get some rest. It's getting later, right? It was like, 11 o'clock, 10:45 at that point. It wasn't really that late. And if things were going well, I wouldn't have minded going in the backseat and making out with her, but it wasn't going anywhere. So I'm just going to give her the BS. I'm going to say, look, hey, you know what? I had a great time. Thank you for a great conversation. I'm going to let you go so you can find someone that makes you happy. I said, look, think about what we said, and you figure things out. I think I know which way you want to go. But hey, you know what? If you think differently tomorrow, give me a call. If not, best of luck to you, right? I just basically did a takeaway. She came and gave me a hug. I gave her a hug for about maybe 5 seconds. And she didn't give me like a quick, like little 1 second hug. It was like a 5 or 10 second hug. She didn't feel, look, a woman that's not attracted to you is not even going to hug you for a second, right? I think this woman was physically attracted to me and liked my personality, but like EMK said earlier, I was too alpha for her, right? I was too alpha for her. I was too much of a man for her, right? So what am I supposed to be? A sissy? You want me to be a feminized man? Would that have turned her on more? Like what's really going on? EMK. That's funny. I'm not going to read that. She wants to exchange some dollars for the D. Dude, I don't understand why she's still sending me money, bro. Like, I don't dislike her, man. I don't think she's a bad person. She's just royally confused. Royally confused. But anyway. EMK says exchange. Right. So yeah, before I head on out of here, guys, what'd you think about that story? Like, if you guys had to guess before we get on out of here, what do you think is going to happen? I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. I bet you one of two things will happen. I'll never hear from her again, which is fine. I've already written her off. Or she'll send me a text saying, had a great time, Eli, but you're just, it's just not going to work out. I'm looking for someone a little bit more, softer spoken or something, right? She'll send me either some BS letdown or I'll never hear from her again. I would be quite shocked if she woke up tomorrow morning and said, after second thought, are you still open to going hiking or something? I would be shocked. But I'll tell you this. If she does reach out for another date, I'm gonna basically make it very simple. I'm not taking her to dinner. We may end up going on a hike. But I will tell you one thing right now. I will not take this woman anywhere and pay for anything until she shows me a sign she's more interested, like intimacy or something. Like, until you're intimate with a woman and you know that she's really into you, because women that are really into you will sleep with you. If they're not into you, they won't, right? So I'm not going to spend a dime on any woman until I know she's really into me. And again, if they're into you, they're going to want to sleep with you. If not, then that's that, right? So I'm going to wait just a few more, like another minute or so. And here we go. Life is great. Great story and excellent breakdown of what happened. If she thinks clearly about it, you will get a call. That's the thing, dude. And she did the same thing last night or the night before when I said, let's meet briefly to see if there's chemistry in the parking lot of that shopping center near your area. Well-lit area. She thought about it, and then the next day she said, okay, let's do it, right? Look, I'm not counting on it, bro. But, hey, I played my cards right. I did the takeaway. I let her think about it, right? I let her go. I didn't keep her around. Like I let her go before she said she had to get going. The main thing you got to do, guys, is end the first date before she ends it. EMK with the 2 thumbs up. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. We're at 1 hour and 39 minutes, almost an hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to thank you all for being here. Did she just send me another Cash App or another 2? She sent me another 2 $1 Cash Apps. She's paying me to read her notes. For you watch me dance. And then she said something I'm not going to say. She called me a dirty D. $1. So you want to see my pee? No, thank you, ma'am. Oh my God, this. Oh my God. I got to go, folks. This woman's literally flipped her marbles, man. Oh God, man. Great show, man. Janet is hooked on you, Coach. I know. They all are, bro. They're all hooked on me. Hey, Cicely, thank you for being here. Life is great. Thank you for being here. And anyone else watching behind the scenes. And if you're watching this on the replay, leave your comments. Thank you for being here. Folks, I am not, as of this point, I'm not going hiking tomorrow. I was going to have a backup plan of going hiking with my actual activity partner, or this woman, one or the other. But both of the plans have fallen through. I'm going to be around. I'll probably do a walking stream tomorrow and then maybe an in-studio stream. We'll just go from there. So with that being said, my God said, says ENK. Yep. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all later today. Not tomorrow, later today. Take care. Bye. Bye.